Check it out, Gazbot, day 4 of San Diego Comic-Con 2017. Coming in, I'm already off the bus, looking over here, BOP Convention Center. Getting a little bit of a late start today, not as much as yesterday. It's about 11, and I'm pretty much there. I wanted to come in early to try for some more exclusives, but honestly, I was just beat last night. You know, in the past, I've forced myself to get like 3 hours sleep every night, but there's nothing I have to do. There's nothing I have to have. And this convention in general has been one of the most chilled out I've ever had. Despite being really tired on Friday, or Thursday rather, I've done a good job of just sort of relaxing and having fun, and I'm going to try to continue that rather than burn myself out.
Yeah, sure, why not?
There's a picture with Knights. Every day I see this, and every day I think, oh, I should do that later, and then I don't. I will say this is definitely the coolest temperature day it's been. It's about 70 right now. It's going to go up to mid-70s or whatever, but I'm not sweating immediately. There's a nice breeze. I'm sure I'll be sweating eventually, but I'm pretty happy about it. Something they've been pushing a lot this year is a show called Midnight Texas, which I don't know much about. It has vampires in it, maybe other stuff too, but they have, you know, this little gas pump thing, and they have some sort of interactive experience up here, and it's an ad on the Comic-Con app, and it's on the walls and the floors and the ceiling and the inside of my eyelids, and it's just everywhere. But I still don't know what it is really, other than some kind of show about supernatural things. So I guess sort of a success for them. Oh, cool. That's an awesome Mercy from Overwatch, along with Luigi and a few other people. Up there's a Bombshells, I think, Batgirl. It's hard to see, but she's got a umbrella, like, fully deployed permanently. It's a pretty cool idea. We're going back in near Nickelodeon to look for a new Usagi Yojimbo, which I know I will not be able to get. But hope spring eternal. Hope spring eternal? Hope spring eternal, as they say. Me good talker. Well, the crowds are definitely worse. It's earlier, and I'm in a less crowded area, but it's like it was other places, as expected. And yes, Usagi Yojimbo was sold out, also as expected, but I had to check. So I'm going to go check out a few more things, and then figure out what my plan of attack is. I might do a portfolio review, because I did bring it with me, and there is some more off-site stuff I'd like to check out. It's a weird booth. It's for Comixology, which is the digital comic book kind of format, and I don't know, it just seems to be, it's related, but it's almost like the antithesis of print comics. I don't know, it's tough, because on the one hand it might be the thing that saves comics, but on the other hand it might be killing comics. But regardless, the booth is boring, because it's just a big empty booth with like, hey, why not download our app? There's another setup sort of near the small press area, but it's just, again, prints, but they clearly have a booth with the big wall. I wonder how stuff like that cost. There's a person over in this area who I won't single out, but I've walked by 3 times, and every time they were barking at me like, hey, what do you like? We're doing commissions, anything you want, cheap. Hey, you got a Power Ranger shirt? We got a Power Rangers. Like, not the worst I've ever seen, but it reminds me of why I don't like doing that, and it's usually not a good sales technique. For another booth that had something Q wanted, and I went the exact wrong way down the aisle, so I ended up at Blizzard again, and it turns out they did have some of the Blizzard Overwatch propaganda posters she was looking for, so I've been online here for about a half hour, which again, sadly, is not a long time for this convention. So that's Blizzard done. That's good. I got a bag actually, which Q had wanted, but they were selling them and she didn't want to buy them, but since I made a purchase, got it free, so good goes. Better look at the Court of the Dead stuff I was talking about yesterday, so you can see it's all like Grim Reaper-y kind of skeleton necromancer stuff. And there's little Todd McFarlane again. Needed wristband. It's been signed in 45 minutes. There's no word on whether or not they will take people not wristbandy. I probably am not going to be able to do this. It's a bummer. But, oh well. I do like that a comics person is difficult to see. I do like that a comics celebrity is drawing a crowd. Maybe not as much as an actor, but, you know, it is what should be happening here. I'm just so used to it not happening that I'm like, what do you mean I can't see a famous comic artist immediately? All right, this is pretty cool. I do like these Lego sculptures. I know we made a big deal about the Pokemon ones the other day because they lit up, but it's still pretty impressive. And I like the Flash, so this one gets bonus points. And here's Thor, I'm assuming from Ragnarok, the new movie. Big Star Wars branded center area I haven't really been to yet. I've walked by it quite a few times. Looks like they're advertising the card game, which a card game is a digital trading card game. Calling it a game is weird to say, but I did used to play it for lack of a better term. That's pretty cool. A replica of the chess set from the Millennium Falcon. And some nice chrome, you know, which were canon in the 5.5 movie that no one's ever seen. That's not true. There wasn't a 5.5 movie that no one's ever seen, so it can't be canon. I'm hilarious. Over here they have a bunch of exclusives and other things related to Star Wars, but stuff I don't particularly want, like cute little mugs and, you know, chibi fuzzies and things like that, Hallmark ornaments, these kind of Walrus Man. They're neat, but luckily I don't need them. And then here's the Star Wars books. And coming around, if you look up there, you can see an X-Wing fighter. That's where Hasbro is and all the Star Wars Hasbro stuff. And then in here is the main area that I was talking about. I think it's a lot of Her Universe clothing, but I'm not sure what else. I'm going to take a quick look. So they have a photo op over here where you could take a picture with Ninum and
a fallen knight.
Elo Asti. So I'm going to do that. I will say having highlights of the various movies and stuff to watch while you're online does help pass the time, even if some of it can be spoilery. How good my picture is going to come out, but you can see they got a pretty nice display with a couple of mannequins and the backdrop. And it just occurred to me this is all advertising Last Jedi, which is cool, but since I've been coming here, they've been advertising something for Star Wars, so it doesn't even occur to me that it's for like the new movie. That's awesome. They just let these 3 kids dressed as Ewoks cut the line, and they are adorable, and everybody in the world has to take a picture of them. They might as well be cats. Back at Hasbro at the Transformers area, and this happens a lot. After they have reveals at the panels, they'll switch up the display and show new figures. That Jazz is pretty cool. I have one. I don't know if that'll replace my Jazz. I know who this character is, but I forget their name. It's like, I don't know. That Starscream's kind of clunk. Don't need him. I just noticed there's a Rodimus over there. I'm going to have to take a look at him in a minute. I have a Masterpiece, but he's always been a little disappointing. And that's the same setup from before, but still an awesome Triptychon. Some more Headmasters. Yeah, again, this is mostly stuff that's been released, but over here you can see the twins that, all this is redone G1 stuff, which I love. Yeah, it's definitely more Rodimus than Hot Rod. I don't know how I feel about it. It's okay. It's okay. Not in love with it. These were here yesterday, but I never got a good shot of them. They got some awesome Star Wars 6-inch displays. They do a good job of making even some of the figures that aren't that great look great. And they've done this a little bit. They did it last year for Rogue One, but they're really starting to do what they do with the Marvel now and have like super displays. I do enjoy the illustrative kind of comic style they do the actors for the Black Series. And this is sort of what would be around the package, much smaller. But it's cool that they actually have the pencils here. And seeing the pencils, it's very comic booky, which is nice. I'm going to take this one home. Back to the diorama area. Again, here's like the Death Star trench. A lot of first Star Wars movie, I guess because the anniversary and the classic series they've been coming out with. There's a Peter Cushing. What's his character's name? I'm blanking. Thank you, Grand Moff Tarkin. Thankfully Q is here to help me. They've never had a figure of him in that scale before. Here's a cool Tatooine one. I don't know, I guess they're making a dewback because that doesn't look like a diorama piece. And then there's a nice pod, which probably is a diorama piece. This is probably the end of Rogue One as opposed to the beginning of New Hope. Man, if they sold these dioramas, I'd be in trouble. Most people build them, and luckily I'm too lazy and unskilled to build them. But these are some great scene recreations right out of the movie. Those Tusken Raiders look nice. I didn't get one, but seeing them in action is pretty good. And this is a 6-inch scale Millennium Falcon, which they're never going to release, thank God. It looks like they did switch up the displays for the 6-inch as well. They have a few figures that didn't have. Oh my God, there's Pixel Dan again. This is, I believe, Jaina Solo, and then Rex, and oh, that Leia's pretty cool. I'll be getting her. Yeah, it's not a lot of new ones, but the ones that they have revealed are pretty good. Elite collectible creatures. They have a lot of high-end statues and replicas and stuff. They don't even have Gremlin stuff. This is from Gremlins 2 Stripe, or Mohawk, I think they called him. And then if you look down, poor little Gizmo being photocopied. He survives, don't worry. This is the QM booth that has those little chibi pop figures that Q had got. I didn't realize they had 6-scale, like 1-foot tall figures as well. Looks like they got Firefly, Star Trek, all different generations of Star Trek. Pretty nice. I don't know what they retail for, but they look similar to like Hot Toys. This is Captain Kirk. He had to stand up because there was too many farts in the chair, so he's letting it air out a bit. They have dogs advertising for all the shows at the Warner Brothers booth. I have to admit, it's adorable. I'm not usually a big statue guy, but this Green Ranger is pretty nice. What I especially like is that they've managed to include the Dragon Zord tail coming out of the water and has nice translucent parts, even though he's huge, like over a foot tall. It doesn't say the price. I imagine it's a lot. There's a little Draken from the comics, which is white and green mixed and evil. And there is a helmet that you can't wear. sort of chibi, super deformed G1, Bumblebee, and Optimus Prime. Oh man, his hand got busted off. Maybe the energy axe is right about to come out. This is the frame before it happens. That's probably because someone sat on the blocks. That's what probably happened. Just left my credit card at a booth after I bought something. Didn't realize it until I went to pay for something else. Luckily, they still had it. I realized it right away and knew what booth it was because they were like, yeah, we realized it. He's like, I tried to come after you, but you were gone in the crowd and then nobody would page you and I didn't know what to do. And I'm like, well, thanks for trying. Luckily, I remembered. I'm recording now. We were at this booth yesterday and Q liked that print, but we hadn't seen the movie yet. Since we saw it last night and she liked it, we had to come back here and get it. So good goes. Back in Artist Alley again, just looking at, once again, the different setups people have. And very few people seem to have the setup I have of the big cages with the prints pinned to them. And they just have a bunch of prints underneath the table, and then they have the books, and it's a clean look. And I imagine it's also due to having to travel on a plane or something. Well, it's certainly crowded. Oh, there's a Joker I saw yesterday. He's got like face prosthetics to make him look, I guess, like the Arkham Joker. Pretty awesome. Free tinfoil hats. Guess where I am? That's right, I'm back at what I call the Sci-Fi Cafe, although actually it's being called the Skydance Gamers Lounge, and I don't even know what the real name of this place is because I've never been here when it wasn't this. But we did a bit of stuff on the floor. Q's gonna go back to the room and take a break after this so that we can go back out later and see the masquerade and all that stuff tonight. I probably will stay, I'm not sure, but I'm definitely gonna get some food. Here's an interesting thing. There's a lot of talk about how to stop people from scalping tickets, Comic-Con tickets, that is. And they have the RFD, whatever, I'm saying the wrong acronym, but acronym? Acronym. Acronym is like when a plane is in the 1900s.
You're thinking of anachronism.
Yeah, I'm getting them wrong. But anyway, you have to scan these, and so the hope was that would cut down on counterfeiting. It would cut down on being able to like print your own or whatever. But I guess people will still give it to their friends, sell it to people, whatever. And as long as the name, I guess, matches the gender they appear to be, that's good enough. But they can ask you for your ID. And that's always been the thing. Like, well, if they check your ID or ask for your ID and you don't have the right one, you're going to get your ticket confiscated. And I've heard that forever and never seen it happen. But I was online at Blizzard and they started going down and checking. I gave my ID and the guy was saying, like, yeah, there's been like 15 I've confiscated today. And he was saying that if people don't have an ID, that's fine. They can look it up from Facebook or other social media as long as their name and picture match your thing. And right after that, the guy behind me didn't have his ID, didn't really have a social media he could show, and was like, I'm just going to leave. And like, no, you got to come with us. And so he got busted, which I think is great because maybe that will help make tickets get easier and help bring prices down because there won't be scalpers and resellers as much at least. Again, good luck. They said it'd be 45 minutes. I think we were sitting waiting, inside waiting, and 5 minutes later they called us. So awesome. Good luck. There's a cool Mass Effect group cosplay shot. Awesome. Samurai Iron Man complete with light up arc reactor. Like I said, there is a lot more cosplay today, but I haven't really been in a position to get a lot of shots for you people. Apologize for that, but it just hasn't been a priority, and being outside in the hot, I don't know. I'm lazy. Unknown reason, the escalators are sectioned off so that I can't get on them. I don't know why that little group of people was so special. So I want to go upstairs to try to make it to the McFarlane Kirkman panel, which I might not be able to get in, but I'm going to give it a shot. But I got to go up actual stairs with my actual legs, like some sort of monster man.
Oh, I was going to say, he's not here. I had a story for you. So you're going to write scripts from the bed. So you're following that whole trajectory to Wall-E, is what you're saying, right? So, all right.
Don't make me pick you up and throw you.
All right, we won't do what? They're coming. They're asking. They are in need. Their machine, their apparatus of those other businesses that are not called Disney or Warner Brothers need content. And so they're going to be looking at anything that is not Marvel and DC. So if that's your idea, you are in a good place right now. Which means that if you put out a book for us, and I hope you do it for us, if you put out a book for us, and it's number 170 on the charts, and the 169 books ahead of you are Marvel and DC, you're number 1, to dozens and dozens of people in that city who have billions of dollars.
So yeah, they had a Robert Kirkman, Todd McFarlane panel, and it was pretty easy to get into. And because I was by myself, I was able to get in like the 5th row, even though I wasn't there very early at all. And it was a fun panel. It was very casual, the two of them talking and showing a few things with upcoming projects. But mainly the fun part was them joking around with each other. And Todd McFarlane did most of the talking, which was fine with me, because that's who I was mainly there to see. Nothing against Robert Kirkman, but Todd McFarlane was the first artist I knew the name of as a kid, so it had a little bit more resonance with me. And he had talked a bunch about how with the upswing of comics and superheroes being used in multimedia and toys and movies and stuff like that, but the two big ones, Marvel and DC, being locked down in their own companies, being Warner Brothers and Disney respectively, there are channels and production companies and toy companies and things that have no access to that sort of thing, but they want it, so that essentially they're looking at the independents, and Image is the biggest independent. And he kind of made the point, I mean, it was self-serving obviously, but it was also a true point, that if you have a comic with Image or whoever, and your comic is 170th most popular, but 169 is all Marvel and DC, and then everybody who wants a property that isn't Warner Brothers or Disney is going to be looking at your book, even if it only sells 6,000 copies, and that is a really good point. Back in the sales pavilion upstairs, again, there's sort of a check-in to the left, celebrities and tickets for hard-to-get items to the right. That's all usually earlier in the day. The portfolio review is back here. I have my iPad loaded with some art. It's not well organized, but I'm going to see if there's any easy opportunities. Might as well get looked at if I can. Seems like most of the companies are done. There's 3 left. I don't know if they're accepting new people. It's already 5. One of them I've shown my stuff to before. One of them is not a comic company, but a sort of referral service that I've gone to before, and I don't quite understand. I'm not feeling great about any of them, so I'm going to just move on. I don't know if I could see them. I don't know. I'm being negative, but I don't care. I'm tired. These escalators are ridiculous high. I always kind of like going down and looking at see what kind of people interactions they're having and cosplay, and I also really like this seemingly non-functional design choice, but it's cool. It feels very Spaceship Earth. And I'm back on the show floor, heading out. Over here is Comic Network. They had a Futurama fan film. Now it looks like they have Nichelle Nichols, who is the original Lieutenant Uhura. I'm not sure exactly what they're advertising. Renegades, I think, is a show. A lot of Trek actors sort of retire to doing independent films and YouTube series and things like that. I don't really keep up with them, but I imagine that's what she's advertising. I am heading over. Oh, check out this booth. That's pretty cool. The way they have prints of paintings, but they have light and kind of 3D cutouts. It's kind of a cool technique. It makes for a nice booth. I don't know how well they're selling, because it'd be hard to display that kind of stuff. Although I guess they're selling normal prints. Maybe those are just super high-end type things. There's always a lot of shirt vendors, of course, with nerdy pop culture stuff. This is a booth that has a lot of what I call designer toys, a lot of vinyls, a lot of repaints, things like that. It's not really my cup of tea, but I do like the big statue type things they have. So the Hot Wheels I was talking about, I'd rather have like this big monster statue mannequin thing in my house than a small Gamera hamburger type monster. This is cool. I know a guy online who just got one of these. They're really limited, hard to get. Hey, look at this guy. It's Cheeseface. Cheeseface Axholder. He's my favorite He-Man. All right, well, I just went to Loyal Subjects to see if they had the clear white Power Ranger exclusive still. They released them at 4 today, and I didn't think I'd be able to get it because it's closer to 6 now. But the big dog was in luck, and they had a few left, and I got him one. So that is done. I'm going to leave the show floor now. I'm going to go see about doing some stuff off-site. And then I guess go to the Masquerade later is the plan if we feel up to it. So I'm outside. I'm on the other side of where I always walk up. Over there is where I'm usually walking up from. That's where my bus would be. There's the footbridge. I'm going this way. This is the infamous Hall H. And these like pavilion, I don't know, canopy things are 90% people who are online for things at Hall H that probably won't happen until tomorrow. And then, not something I want to be a part of. But I am cutting through this area to get behind. There's also events not just outside of the building, but in other buildings, like in that hotel over there and things like that, which I've done at past conventions, but this convention I have not. So a lot of people stopped here. Why? Oh, because it's Velma and Daphne cosplayers. Excellent. Except that they stopped everybody, which I don't love. There's a pile of Genjis from Overwatch. I'm just looking as I walk. I'm not gonna stop and make traffic move around me. But anyway, what am I doing? I'm going back here to see the Adult Swim land. That's it. This is the area that I thought was the Adult Swim area, but it looks like FX Networks. I mean, there's some kind of thing going on here, but it is not what I thought it was. Let's find out. American Horror Story. Some kind of sneak peek. Huh. That is not what I was looking for. I'm going to keep moving and see what we find. That's The Strain. These are all shows that are kind of horror shows that I've heard are pretty decent, but I've never watched any of them, so I'm not interested in seeing a preview of something that hasn't happened yet on a show that I have never watched. Yeah, this whole area, I guess, is FX shows and different themed booths for all different ones. It's kind of a fun little area. I don't know that I want to wait on any of these lines to do any of this stuff right now. It's nice that, that's cool, big Legion thing on the building. It's nice that it's against the water here because I can feel the breeze as much as the sun's hitting me. So it's actually pretty cool even though I'm outside. Look at the Brez, look at the Brez. You can look at it, it's a Brez. Look, X-Gene screening room, Sentinel services. It's obviously X-Men related. I'm not sure if it's for a new show or if it's just promoting S.H.I.E.L.D. or X-Men. Oh, here's the Orville. That is the Seth MacFarlane Star Trek parody. And it looks like they put you in a gyroscope, which would make me vomit. So clearly I am not cut out for serving on the Orville. See a lot of Rick and Morty cosplay. It's popular and somewhat easy to do. Look, there's one there. There's one there. I think I was right. The Adult Swim area is back here because there's a giant Rick. Speaking of the devil of Rick, man, I have lost the ability to speak, so hopefully these visuals are doing something for you. There's lines over here, but there's also these camp out lines. I'm not sure what that is even for, but clearly they're here long enough that they've set up tents. A lot of people are asleep. I don't know if this is overflow from Hall H or something completely different. I'm gonna head over to this Adult Swim area, see, maybe it's for that, but I find that hard to believe. I don't know. Unlike the FX area, I guess to just get in this area, you need to get on the line, get on a QR code, etc. And then there's all different sort of fair type things, which I guess are themed on Adult Swim shows. It is about 5:30, it closes at 6, and the line is definitely more than a half hour. So this is not something I'll be doing today. I guess I can come back and try tomorrow. They open at 1, she said. But at least I've seen it. I know what I'm missing or not missing. And honestly, when I do conventions, a lot of times just seeing, oh, that's what it was, like, it'd be nice to do it, but if I didn't even walk back here, I'd be like, oh, what was it? I don't know, that, you know, so this helps me. Over here, this is a tick, I think it's an escape room. This is actually, I thought this was part of the thing I did the other day, but I then later found out it was two separate things. Maybe I'll see if I can do this now. I probably can't, but I'm right here, so I'll find out. This is the thing I was in yesterday, and I didn't notice the huge head with the articulated antlers, antennas, I should say. Man, I keep getting my words all wrong. Yeah, this escape room tick thing seems pretty cool. It's all set up where they have smashed up the building, and they got the car blasted out here. I might try to do this tomorrow. It probably is a bit of a wait, but it seems like a pretty good payoff compared to some of the other stuff. So that's the outside of the Blade Runner experience, this building here, you can see. And there's the sign. This is the line in front of me. There's only a few people behind me. I know I'm on the right line. I know it hasn't been capped, but I don't know how long I'd be online, and I don't know what time it stops. So I hope this isn't a situation where I wait an hour and get nothing. Time will tell. Reached the point of the line where there is some umbrella shade, but there is still a lot of line to go. They did come by and offer people free water, Blade Runner branded water. It is now empty. That was nice. I've been online at least half hour, less than an hour, 45 minutes maybe, I'm not sure. But I pretty much committed to this is what I'm doing for the rest of the day. That is the under umbrella line in front of me. Previously, I was on the street line all the way back there. So, still more ahead of me than behind me, unfortunately. Why does the sky look so funny? The sun has gone away. It makes no sense. It's over 2 hours have passed since I've been on this line. I'll be lucky to get a t-shirt. I'm stupid! Why did I do this? Well, after about 2.5 hours, finally inside. Almost didn't get in, and then someone left, and they said, one more, and it was me. It looks like they have these photos that are marked up. There's a little walkthrough. Right now, I'm just happy to be in. Oh, we're going in.
See what happened?
This is awesome.
Did you guys see what happened?
Yes.
Yeah, what happened?
No, I mean, no. I'm a liar.
You're a liar.
You're very close.
You're a really good liar. That's what I'm saying. So if you already know that you're a liar, what didn't you see?
Anything.
You did. Oh, all of a sudden, I tried using reverse psychology. It did not work. Can I bribe you? I got some bribes.
Yes.
What do you know now?
Nothing. I'm sorry.
Get out of here.
That was fun, but I was accosted. Wow, this is amazing in here.
And did you see anything? What did you see?
Got away. Because the police don't do their job. The police let him go. No, Customers, they're not your customers, they're witnesses. Good, how are you? Get away, dog. See, this is a crime scene.
It's amazing. It's raining inside. Oh, I'm actually getting wet. This was very worth it. This was very, very worth it. You can touch it.
That's cool.
This place is awesome. They've got a lot of actors that are really committed. I was accosted by the police. I was forced to take a sobriety test. I've been interrogated about what I know. I've been offered a bribe. This is amazing. This is really cool. This is the test to see if we're replicants. I kind of hope I am. I want to see what happens. There's an old bag lady type woman over there that wanted to trade me, so I gave her a pin, and she gave me a different pin. We actually traded. This is just great. So I guess you go up, put your card on there, officer, and they're in character, so they're being kind of like gruff, and yeah, this whole thing is just so good. I was a replicant, and so I had to do 5 squats. That is the punishment for being a replicant. Got some cool props from it. I keep trying to dust off my lens because it's foggy, but it's actually foggy in here. Oh wow, that's the actual blaster. Look at the handle is clear. That's cool. That's cool. Yeah. It's cool how deep it is. Like you really feel like you're a little bit in the city here. Here's the vending machine. Let's see what happens. Oh, nope. Not supposed to press that. Oh, right here. Wait. Are you winning Anthony?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think that's yours.
Thank you. Oh, there's 2.
No, this one's, yeah, that's gonna confuse me. Oh, that's the bar that's closed. Previously, you would get a little bit of Johnny Walker and a couple noodles. I was bummed it was closed, not because I wanted liquor, but I thought there was something cool to look at there, but it looks like it's just the exit. That's pretty cool. I should be narrating, but I don't have a lot to say. It's just awesome.
They look alike, right?
It's just awesome. The floor is wet and sandy. Like the whole environment here is great. Everything's rusty. This is probably the best thing I've done at Comic-Con yet this year. Today was pretty uneventful and not amazing. I was kind of regretting getting online, but this is fantastic. Yeah. Great job.
Are you guys hungry? You guys like the spicier one? It's very mysterious. I said I'll bring it over here to talk to you. Don't turn your back on us.
Check out this chick with the glowing hair. That's fantastic.
The Doxy, I can find a replicant.
As you can tell from the bad narration and like disjointed talking in the event, it was worth it. It was really worth it. I didn't get the ramen or the Jack Daniels. I wouldn't have drank Jack Daniels anyway, but I didn't get that part of it. But it was a fully immersive environment, complete with actors of all different types and photo ops and vending machines and scannings. We were supposed to get a t-shirt. They ran out of t-shirts, got a poster. A little bit of a bummer, but I don't really care because usually the t-shirt is like the big payoff. This experience was the big payoff. I was in there, I did the virtual reality thing, which is sort of like a Oculus Rift video game thing, and it was cool, but really that was the least cool part compared to the rest of the like 3D immersive environment, which I keep saying that, but it really was. And oh man, that's the kind of thing I love about Comic-Con, where it's like almost like a little piece of Universal Studios or Disney, and I could see why everyone told me to do this and why everyone said it was worth the wait, because it was. Anyway, I'm going to the bus now, and I'm starving. I'm not going to the masquerade ball, which started an hour ago, and I haven't eaten since about 2 o'clock, and it's 9 now, so flutes. And there's some marching band and a stretch bus limo. I don't know what that is. This is the downtown. This is why I always refer to it as Nerd Mardi Gras, because even though it's 9 o'clock and most of the convention stuff is over, you can see there's just festivities. And I'm blocks away from the convention center right now, too. I'm not even close to it. What else? This makes me more inclined to want to make an effort to do that tick thing tomorrow. I mean, I can't imagine it'll live up to the Blade Runner, but still, I wanted to do it already, and this just makes me want to do it more. Forgot to show you yesterday, these are the pins I got. This is the Chromie ROM one I was talking about, and the G1 Bumblebee. And here is the William Gaines I got for my buddy Roy. This is a free giveaway I got for a Power Rangers game that I play, whatever. And online for Blizzard, I got this free comic, and this is the Loyal Subject Clear White I got for the big dog. Woof, woof. There you go. And this is the cool bag that the Blizzard stuff came in. It's a big Overwatch art front? I don't know. It's an art front bag. It's a term I just made up. And here is the variant Diva in carbon fiber skin. She's normally pink, but this is like a black stealth skin. And this is the con exclusive, which is a 5-pack of sort of propaganda posters about joining Overwatch. So, yes. Man, that's it. I'm going to talk again about tomorrow, how I should get up early, like 7, and try to go get that Usagi Ojibbo, which I'm not 100% sure if they even have tomorrow. But it's, what time is it? 1? I don't know. 12? If I go to sleep right now, I'll get not 8 hours sleep if I get up at 7. So I might... look how tired I am. This is dumb. We're doing this tomorrow. I'll see you tomorrow.